There is one two-letter word that can change your life, and most people can't say it. Not because they don't know how to pronounce it, but because something inside them freezes. Fear, anxiety, guilt, the feeling that they're doing something wrong. That word is no. And if saying no feels hard for you, today you're going to understand why. Picture this. It's Friday evening. You're exhausted. You had plans for the weekend. Then a coworker comes up to you and asks you to do something that would take up your entire weekend. And even though every part of you wants to say no, you hear yourself saying, "Yeah, of course, no problem." So now you spend the whole weekend doing something you never wanted to do, and the entire time you're angry. Angry at your coworker, angry at yourself, angry that, once again, you couldn't say no. Or think about another situation. A woman spends years unable to build a serious relationship because she never learned how to say no to men. Or a man is still driving an old car and putting off fixing his roof because he never says no when people ask to borrow money. Everyone knows he won't refuse. And somehow, nobody is in a hurry to pay him back. This is not just kindness, and it's not just being a good person. It's a psychological trap. Therapists often say that the inability to say no usually comes from one of three places. The first is low self-worth. Deep down, a person doesn't really believe their needs matter as much as everyone else's, so putting themselves first feels almost wrong. The second is fear of conflict. Saying no feels like the beginning of an argument, tension, awkwardness, or disappointment, so the brain makes a simple choice. It's easier to say yes now than to deal with the discomfort of conflict later. And the third one, the deepest one, is the fear of losing someone's approval. What will they think of me? That question can live in a person's mind all the time, even when they don't realize it. And here's the interesting part. People who struggle to say no often imagine catastrophic consequences that never actually happen. You think the other person will be offended? You think they'll get angry? You think they'll stop talking to you? But when people honestly ask themselves, what would actually happen if I said no? The answer is usually nothing fatal, nothing life-ending, nothing that dramatic. It only looked terrifying inside their head. Now, here is the most important part. The part most people don't understand. Every time you say yes when you actually want to say no, you are not saving your relationship with other people. You are slowly damaging your relationship with yourself. Resentment builds, exhaustion builds, and over time, you start avoiding the very people you can't say no to, because deep down, you already know what's going to happen. They'll ask, you'll agree, and you'll hate yourself for it later. That's why learning to say no is not selfish. It's basic emotional hygiene. It's how you protect your boundaries. And boundaries are not walls that keep people out. Boundaries are what allow you to stay close to people by choice, not out of pressure, guilt, or fear. And one more thing. You don't always have to explain your no, especially if the person is not close to you. You don't owe them a long justification. You don't need to build a whole case in court just to protect your time, your energy, or your peace. No is a complete sentence. The refusal itself is already an answer. Learning to say no is not about becoming cold, rude, or selfish. It's about making your yes mean something again. Because if you say yes to everything, your yes loses its value. But when you finally learn to say no, your yes becomes honest. It becomes real. And that is where your freedom begins. If this video helped you, like the video and subscribe to the channel.